Mario Kart. Everybody and their pod plant has played it, and it's no surprise why, it's kind of an amazing game. So, let's begin at what was for me the very beginning. It was 2000 and something, maybe in the 2010s, and my mum got me a gift for my birthday. But it was Skylanders? Like one of those booster starter courses that you'd get with Tree Rex and the Portal and the game. And I was like, man, you must be stupid. I don't have a Wii. We don't have a Wii. How can I play this? So she took me to the lounge room, and in the lounge room, my brother was holding a Wii remote, and the TV had a Mario Kart on it, and he was driving the Mario Kart in my living room. Jesus, we had a Wii. In all its glory, it was there. What was that accent? Skylanders is another game series that I'd like to make a video about sometime in the future, because ultimately, it held a special place as my hapa there. I'm gonna make a blooper video. Skylanders is another video game series that I'd like to make a video about in some time. It held a special place in my heart as a child, because the flashy gimmicks and characters kind of captured my imagination. Ultimately, as an adult though, I kind of prefer Mario Kart because it's more fun. Mario Kart and Wii Sports ultimately amaze me because of the complexity in their games despite their simple appearance. Anyone can enjoy it. It could be a fun little party game for like adults and kids and whatever that is called. A family. Yet below the surface, there's so many hours you can put into the game to master simple skill systems that many players don't even realize are there. Playing Mario Kart Wii as a kid, I remember my mum would always beat me because I had no idea how to do anything but accelerate and kind of just wiggle the remote around and hope that I turned the corners. Obviously, I never unlocked anything because I had no idea how to unlock anything or that you even could, and even if I did know, I had no chance at winning a Grand Prix. Despite the fact that I had no skill in the game, I still have many good memories of races with my family, friends, and even just times like when I'd get with my brother and just drive around the map, like pretending we were in a beach in one of the free beach maps in the start few cups. Because I never unlocked anything else. Like, sure, the graphics aged a bit, but even now playing Mario Kart Wii, I just am in awe about how much the maps seem to immerse me. I guess it's probably because I'm playing it on a big screen rather than 8 dueluxe on my tiny little Nintendo Lite, but even on the big screen, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe doesn't feel as immersive as these maps. Maybe it's just nostalgia, but it feels like you're really there. In a Wii Mario Kart mall running over people and crashing. When the Nintendo Switch released and my brother got one either for Christmas or for his birthday, I can't really remember. But when it released, I was like to myself, oh, I'm going to save up and buy the next console that comes out from Nintendo. It's been like 6 years or something. You see, I thought it'd be faster to release because when I was a kid and I got the Wii, I was like, surely this must have released in a year ago at max, but it was older than me by half a year. It was born in 2006. You see, from my perspective, it kind of just seemed like everything released next to each other, like the Wii and the DS came out, and then suddenly there was a 3DS, and like, where did that come from? What, there's an 8 dueluxe or something on it? Wow, that's so cool, and there's a Switch? It seemed like surely everything released right next to each other year after year, but man, my perspective was wrong. Stuff does not release that fast. At some point, I got a Nintendo Switch Lite for my birthday or Christmas or... I can't really remember, to be honest. The Joy-Cons on my brother's Switch had suffered stick drift, like insane stick drift, and being used too much so all the padding came off. It was kind of a mess. At first, I was obsessed with games such as Sonic and Mario Odyssey, and eventually got into Pokemon, but never really touched Mario Kart. Like, I'd seen a little bit of 8 Deluxe from my cousin having a Nintendo 3DS, and the 3D part was cool, but I don't see why I'd needed to play it. It wouldn't really be any different from the other times I played Mario Kart Wii, right? Besides, playing by myself, that seems kinda lonely. What would you do? Race yourself in like a time trial and try to get a world record? Who would do that? Oh god, I'm laying myself out to be a speedrunner, but I'm really not. I'm just kinda good at the game. A couple of years ago, while on holiday, I couldn't sleep and stumbled across a video titled The Quest to Beat Matt Turk, or something like that. I can't really remember 100%, even though I did just rewatch it, so that's kind of on me, but it was by a guy called Summon and Salt, and wow, it was so cool to see how a game's mechanics could be broken down and mastered, and just the history of it all, and it was really cool, but not the video that got me into Mario Kart, obviously. So the next videos I watched were the other Mike Tyson Punch-Out records that I saw on his channel. However, a little while after that, I eventually got to Mario 64, and at that point, like 6 hours had passed. But then I got to the Rainbow Road video, and wow, it was a speedrunning video. It was like good quality, but it was like the other ones. Okay, it didn't really amaze me too much at that point. But wow, all of the videos kept my attention for like 8 hours, and I did not sleep. It gave me respect for speedrunners, and Mario Kart kind of made sense now, because obviously you want to go fast. I kind of just didn't realize that fact and thought it was mainly about just not crashing. Still, at that point, I wasn't really into Mario Kart again. It took another YouTuber to get me into Mario Kart. The man, the myth, the legend, the Drift King. RT Games videos about Mario Kart and, well, ultimately all his other videos kinda got me into Mario Kart. I don't know, something about a grown man roleplaying as my dad driving me to Disney World made me fall in love with his channel. And ultimately, Mario Kart became a new thing in my life. Eventually I got a Nintendo Switch Online Game Pass, you know, one of those memberships. I'm going to end the video here by talking about what makes Mario Kart, and specifically Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, because that's the only one I really have experience in, so great. For starters, there's the high as fuck skill ceiling. If you don't play Mario Kart a lot, you might think, skill? Mario Kart? All you just need to do is not crash and get good items, and yeah, not crashing is a good start, but Jesus, there's a lot you could do in the game! Let me break it down for you. Let me tell you about some of the stuff I've figured out about the game recently. First off, we have drifting, which is arguably the most important skill amongst most of the games. You see, as a child, I didn't really realize you could drift, but not only could you drift, drifting gave you a speed boost. Not only drifting gave you a speed boost, tricking off of ramps gave you a speed boost, and you could go around maps really fast without ever hitting the walls. It kind of felt like fun. Drifting is essential. It's kind of like the base skill you need to master in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Once you master drifting, you've kind of got everything else as a small addition to your skill level. If you master drifting, you can beat all your friends pretty easily. But there is a much higher skill ceiling. Take for example soft drifting. You angle your controller just below 45 degrees and you get a drift that is in the zone for the fast charge time but does not turn you around as fast as going all the way right or left. This is really helpful because in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe there's a lot of turns which you do not need to go really sharp, otherwise you're just gonna crash. But you can still charge up a purple mini turbo and go super fast. Snaking. Drifting and doing a bunch of mini turbos in a straight section, it's not always the most effective way to get around in 8 Deluxe, but it's really fun. Hopping. Hopping can be used for so many things. It can be used to hop over the grass to keep your momentum by keeping on hopping over the grass. You can drive on grass, you can drive into crowds, you can hop over the barrier, you can drive into the people, you can run them over, you can drive, you can kill pedestrians in Coconut Mall. Maybe. I don't know, nobody's done it yet, so I assume it's possible. But you can also use hopping to counter hop and turn. Hopping immediately realigns your position, so you're ultimately able to turn corners a lot tighter with hopping. Trick directions? It's cool how much detail there is into small actions. For example, if you're going off a ramp and trick, the way you're turning decides which direction the trick will be, and if you get a trick that's going right, it's going to be a lot easier to turn right after the trick. Someone else could probably explain what I mean by that better than me, for example shortcuts videos. But it's really cool how much detail there is and small mechanics like this which make the game so fun to master. Kassan slides. I don't know what this means, but I've heard Shortcut talk about it, so I'm sure it's really hard. Shortcuts. You know what a shortcut is. There's obviously like the ones that the game intends, and there's one that maybe the game's intended but you can do them without a shroom. Like there's the Mute City shortcut, which you can do shroomless but is kind of hard to master. However, there's the ones that are really hard to master, such as this one on Mario Kart Circuit, or whatever it's called, Mario Circuit. The first map in the game. This speedrunner does it here with a mushroom. It's not really a shroomless shortcut because it requires a shroom, but in order to pull it off and not lose time, you need to do some insane amount of maneuvers. It's crazy, I don't really understand it. Shortcut also explained that to me. I've learned a lot from Shortcut, okay. The amount of hours you need to master Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is easily in the thousands, despite its deceptively simple mechanics. But mastering these mechanics wouldn't be useful without the maps. The maps! Beautiful! Oh Jesus, that was fucking creepy. Oh my god, no, do not use that take. Just dub over the beautiful from Jim Carrey. You can drive in the train spot. The ground looks so detailed. Do you ever just stop to look at the ground? It's beautiful! Okay, not the ground on that one. No, that ground's kind of mid. But all of the maps are so fun. Even Baby Park, despite its simplicity, it's so fun and chaotic just because of how small it is. Maps like Coconut Mall are beloved because of the previous iterations of the game, the beautiful soundtrack, the general vibe of the place. And then there's maps like Mario Kart 8 Rainbow Road, which feel amazing because of how simple the shortcuts are, but when you pull them off, you feel like a pro. Completely undeserved though. I'm just gonna list off some of my favorite maps. DK Summit, this one has the gap jump, is really fun. DK Mountain, again, gap jumps are fun. Rainbow Road, all of the Rainbow Roads, they're just really fun. It's just like iconic Mario Kart level. Calamari Desert, the train, you could drive into the train, where the train goes. You could do that in the old one, but you can do that in the new one. It's a small thing, but it's still cool. Ribbon Road. It's pretty fun. I don't know why I like it, I just kinda do. Coconut Mall. Everybody loves Coconut Mall. I've never met anybody who doesn't. Big Blue. Beautiful. Beautiful. It was the last track in 8, and it was perfect for a last track. Bowser's City. Or whatever it's cool. It's cool. It looks cool, okay? Cheeseland. Bagging. That's really all it's got, but it's really funny sometimes. And I better just stop before I just list off every single map in the game because I love them all, to be honest. Except for Excite Bike Arena. Maybe Baby Park even, because it kind of sucks. But driving would be impossible without the cars. The kart combos and characters in 8 Deluxe are kind of great because you can be anything, like in Barbie. It's like Barbie, but for gamers. Wiggler Wiggler is such a funny combo to see in online races, not because it's bad or anything, it just looks so goofy. Ultimately, the freedom to express yourself in this racing game is far superior to previous ones. Even Mario Kart 7's character customization feels a bit lackluster in comparison to 8 Deluxe. However, for newer players, this often makes deciding what combo to use really hard because you don't know which ones have the best stats, and the stats are hidden half the time. You can't see your airspeed, you can't see your you know, a lot of them. And even the most important one, Mini Turbo, it was shown in Wii. It wasn't that important in Wii. But now, it's the most important side of the game, and they hid it from us. Why? Why would they do that? But for older players who know the game, know the best combos, they know that most combos are balanced. You can play a speed combo for bagging, or you can play a drift combo for front running. You can play a baby character because you like babies, you're pedophile. Jesus Christ. Or you could play Wiggler Wiggle because you're fucking great. Wiggler Wiggle's great. The soundtrack in this game though. I can't put words, I can't say how good it is. You know. Hear it, listen to it, play the game, listen to the soundtrack. It's great. You love it if you haven't listened to it already. Best in the series, in my opinion, but that's because I've played it the most. I mean, I do like some of the songs in Wii better than in this, but yeah, I still prefer most of the soundtrack in 8 Deluxe. Anyway, as this video ends, I just want to say that what makes Mario Kart great is ultimately the community and developers. Because Nintendo as a company has kind of been making some interesting decisions most of its lifetime. But the developers in this game have poured their souls into it and created something beautiful, which the community really appreciates. Ultimately, this is just a beautiful game, and I thank from the bottom of my heart all the developers and community members that have made this game into what it is now. Well folks, that was just a quick video about Mario Kart. If you're still here, I have a secret to tell you. People who subscribe to this video get access to the FBI's secret files. Shit, that's them. I've gotta run. See you guys in the next video. That was stupid.